Good evening, everyone. Y'all have no idea how many bloopers I have. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Um, because anytime I come before y'all, I want to make sure that I give you something special, something that you can always eat from. Like every time, you know how sometimes you watch a movie, and when you watch the movie, in the movie, you tend to pick something out every time you learn from it or you laugh about something different and things that you didn't notice before. So that's how I try to make my videos, and I'm laughing at myself because I'm already goofy anyway. I'm already goofy, so I always do certain things to make my own self laugh. So, but anyways, to get to the topic, uh, some people are comfortable in their dysfunction. And what made me think about that was I have a couple of friends, and even with some of my experiences, have been in situations in their relationships where things got out of hand, and I'm talking more so to the men today. Um, Recognize dysfunction whenever it comes before you, and what I mean by that is sometimes you get into relationships where the emotions start rising, and you get a little upset, you start raising your voice, you're yelling at each other, and so on and so forth. And unfortunately, with some situations, it become domestic to where people tend to put their hands on each other, so on and so forth, which I'm completely against. Any type of domestic violence, somebody laying their hands on anybody, regardless if it's man putting on a woman or a woman putting her hands on a man. So I'm completely against it. I don't believe in it. I have two daughters, and that's not something that I believe in. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves. So I want to speak from the experiences of a man dealing with a woman that is not completely healed. And unfortunately, there has been times in the past for me, for example, where I dealt with a woman that was so used to dysfunction. The guy that she was with before, he used to beat her, or they used to fight each other, and they always had their hands on each other, and it was just always dysfunction. It was always yelling. It was always screaming. It was always the air was never clear. It was always foggy. It was always tension in the room. So I wanted to make this video to help a lot of people out, especially the fellas. The reason being is because, fellas, sometimes we are put in positions where we don't know how to get out of it. We don't know how to respond to it. For one, some of us are not used to it. Some of us are used to it. And we have to be better at responding to these specific situations. I'll give you an example. If you are dating a woman that always have to argue, I mean, regardless of what it is, and yeah, fellas, we do what we do. Sometimes we make mistakes, and so do women. Nobody's perfect in this world, but there are some times where you deal with a particular woman where it can be anything that would just set her off, and she gets upset, she begins to yell, she begins to scream, or she has an attitude, she shuts down, she don't want to talk to you, she want to put her hands on you, she want to get in your face. And one thing that I completely hate, I will cut, and I have cut people off by some women feeling like it's okay to do this to you. Just that crazy thing. I completely despise that. There's absolutely no reason why you should ever taunt a man. Okay? Never taunt a man. Women, never provoke a man. Yes, by physicality, we are bigger than you all. We are stronger than you all, so on and so forth. So yeah, it would look bad if a police officer show up and the guy is sitting there and you got a black eye and stuff like that. Of course, you would play the victim. Now, I'm not talking about the women that have been in situations to where they had to fight their way out, or they were getting hit on, so they started hitting back, that type of thing. I'm not talking about that. And even in that situation, get yourself out of it so you won't even have to put your hands on anybody. But I'm talking to the fellas that knows that you are in a situation with a woman that is used to dysfunction, and her past reveals that she has been beat on, or even growing up she has been beat on, or she was abused in some type of way to where it makes her feel comfortable enough to lay hands on you. Fellas, walk away. Fellas, don't deal with it. Fellas, and I'm gonna be real as possible, but I'm gonna also keep it clean. There is no woman, I'll just say woman, of any caliber regardless of how she looks, how she feels, how she tastes, and I'm just being as real as I possibly can. There's absolutely no reason why you need to put yourself through those type of situations to be with a woman. If that woman is dysfunctional, you need to walk away. Unfortunately, now I'm speaking to the choir in a sense, because I've been in situations where I didn't know how to respond because I never dealt with that before, so I stayed. I didn't stay forever, but I stayed because I loved the woman, because I wanted to be with her. I felt like it would change. I was trying to get to the root of the problem, so on and so forth. But you cannot get to the root of a problem that you can't fix. We're not God. We're not a therapist. We're not psychologists. We're not a doctor. We are not trained to deal with those specific situations. And women, stop putting your hands on guys. Stop doing that. And then if he hits you, or if he pushes you and fights back, which is in our human nature, you begin to play the victim, and everybody else looks at him. That demeans his character. You are hurting that man, not just in the area of his pride, but also putting him in a situation that he should have never been in before. And yes, I know there are situations where guys are, this video is not for you. I'm going to make a video for the women for that. And I am kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit for the men and the women, but this video is for the men that are in abusive relationships. And it does not make you less of a man because you walked away. It does not make you less of a man because she hit you and you did not hit her back. No, it does not make you less of a man. What makes you less of a man is not understanding and not being mature enough to walk away from that relationship that is not going to help you. What makes you less of a man is staying there and hitting her back. There's absolutely no reason why you need to allow yourself, especially if you have children, or especially if you've been in relationships like that before. That dysfunctional is a revolving door. It's a revolving door. And because of that dysfunction, you're becoming dysfunctional. And what will happen is, if you ever been bit by a spider or any type of insect or something like that, there's a process to that bite. What happens is, with that bite, I give you a recluse spider. I'm in the South. The recluse spider, after it bites you, the area that spider bit you in continues to, I can't even think of the word, Lord. It begins to y'all forgive me, I got stuck for a second, but it expands. It begins to destroy the skin. It begins to spread. It begins to corrode the area that it bit. And what happens is, when you get into relationships where that woman is used to dysfunction and abuse, it begins to spread in your life. So whenever you do get out of that situation, hopefully you get out of that situation before you get locked up, before you get charges, before things happen to you that is going to affect your future, your goals, your career, and different things like that, and being with your children. Hopefully you get out of that situation before. But if it doesn't, and even if it does, that is going to follow you the rest of your life. So understand that. So if you're in a relationship with a dysfunctional woman, right? All right, something happens, altercation happens, she hits you, you hit her because you're tired of getting hit on, or just anything, or you do something physically to that woman to the point of almost no return, or to where your name is written on a piece of paper and your fingerprints are taken at the prison or at the jail, where it follows you. And then after you finally get away from all that dysfunction and you're no longer in that relationship, that woman doesn't matter. She moved away, you moved away, and y'all no longer speak to one another. You finally meet the one. You meet that woman that you want to be with. And when you get into a relationship with that woman, what ends up happening? The conversation comes up, possibly, maybe or maybe not. Now, if it's a real woman, she's going to ask you, have you ever hit a woman before? Have you ever been in a domestic, relationship? Do you have any charges? What's your background like? That type of thing. A real woman will ask those questions. And then when it happens, you have to be truthful, because if not, she'll find out. All women find out. All women find out. So when she does find out, for one, she's going to feel like you lied to her, right? She'll feel like you lied to her. Two, she's not going to feel safe anymore. Three, she's not going to want, if she have children, have her children around you. So I can keep going. There's a list of it. Fellas, if you're in an abusive relationship, get out. It is not worth it. That woman needs to fix her dysfunction by herself. She needs to understand that she has issues and that she needs to get help. Because what will end up happening is you're going to ruin your life. It may seem like it's okay right now, especially the younger guys, the way this world is set up. It's okay to hit a woman and all this type of stuff. No, it is not. You should never put your hands on a woman. And again, I myself have been in situations where I didn't necessarily fight back. No, have I? Let me make this clear. I've never hit a woman. I've never hit a woman. There's been situations where I had to grab and push and pull and get away from me. But I ever physically hit a woman, balled up my fist, and just went and hit a woman? No, I have not. And I never will. If I had to save my life, I will. That's a different situation. But that should be one of those situations, and it's just me being real with you. So yes, if somebody's coming after you with a gun or a knife or something like that, and you have to get away from that situation, you do what you need to do. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the normal, everyday woman gets upset. She want to grab you and she want to hit you and all those type of things. We're talking about that situation. But fellas, I'm tired of hearing about situations where the woman is putting her hands on you. You get tired of it and you hit her back, or she's fussing, she's arguing every day. She gets in your face. She does a little thing, and it's not worth it, man. Step away, walk away, do what you need to do. It's unhealthy for you. And I know this video is a little bit longer than my normal videos, but this is a very, very, very important video that I feel like is needed, because and I've seen it way too many times. Way too many times. I also say this too. This is going to be a second part to this video, but it's going to be for the women. Women, if you are doing these things to the guy that you say that you love and that you care about and you want to be with for the rest of your life, stop taking that man through changes. Stop taking that man through changes. It is unnecessary. It makes you look dumb. It makes you look stupid. It makes you look like everything of the opposite of what you say you are. You say you're a queen, you should be treated like a queen. You have children. If you don't have children, but if you do have children, you're supposed to be a mentor to your kids. You're supposed to be that icon for your kids to want to grow up and be like. And if you're putting your hands on a man in front of your kids, or not in front of your kids, but you're doing everything else but what you say you are, please stop. Please stop. Fix yourself. Get yourself together. It's unnecessary for you to put your hands on a man. There's other ways to get our attention. There's other ways to talk to us. There's other ways than yelling and just provoking us. Because you don't know what that man is going through. You don't know if that man has had a past where he's been hit before. And this might be the moment where you hit him and he blanks and he goes off on you. Then at that point, y'all both are messed up. But you know what will end up happening within the system, which is a lot of women out there that knows this. What will end up happening is that man will go to jail. And then you can say, well, I defended myself, which is the reason why he has marks on him. Y'all got to quit, man. Y'all got to stop. I see this all the time. And they try to do that to me a couple of times before. Some of the people that I dealt with, they thought it was okay to put their hands on me. And because I pushed them away, oh, now they want to call the police. Oh, I'm going to get you locked up and all this type of stuff. Man, listen, it is not worth it. It makes you look dumb. It's not cute. I'm talking to all ages. All ages. I've seen it with women in their 40s. God knows. Why haven't you grown up yet? I've seen it with women being much younger. It's ridiculous. And I have two daughters. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising my daughters to understand that not at any time a man's supposed to put their hands on them. Now, of course, there's other ways of letting someone know that you're upset with them. Talk. If you feel like you can't talk, take your behind outside. Go to Walmart. Go walk around. Go shop. Go do something. Go pray. If you don't want to pray, go to the gym. If you feel like you got to hit something, go punch a wall. Don't put your hands on anyone, is what I'm saying. Don't put your hands on anyone, regardless of how upset you are, no matter what that man has done. No matter if that man has cheated. If he cheated, leave. If he hit you before, leave. If you're not happy, leave. If you have some unresolved issues that happened to you in the past, leave. There's no reason why you need to put your hands on anyone unless you're defending your life. Point blank, period. So, I hope this helped out a lot of people. Fellas, please listen to what I'm saying. Please listen to what I'm saying. Even if you have kids with the woman, leave. Don't put yourself in a situation where it hurts you and your children and her. Leave. Usually I don't tell people to leave, but in situations like that, when people feel like they have to put their hands on you, leave. Leave. There's no better way to say it. I hope this was a blessing to y'all. I hope this helped. I hope this just blessed you. And I hope the people that listens to this, please share it. Now, it could have been a few things that I missed or a few things that I kind of went over and over again. But the gist of everything, if she's dysfunctional, leave her alone. Y'all have a wonderful day. Please like and share my videos. I am now going to start putting all my videos on YouTube and sharing it on my Facebook page. I have an IG page coming up that I'm going to create. Also, I am currently working on my logo, my new logo. I am doing a clothing line. I am also in the process of finishing my book. I have 4 chapters. So far, I've had 4 chapters for a while, but I am going to complete it. Y'all please be patient with me. Everyone that has liked and shared my videos, commented, even looked at it without even saying anything, I appreciate all of you. Even the ones that have said that, Jamel, your videos aren't going to go, but so far, thank you. Y'all have a blessed one. I appreciate it.